Hello and welcome to the Saturday edition of The Box Seat. I'm Mark Warwood. 8 races at Belmont on Saturday before the AFL game at Optus Stadium. We're expecting a shower or two on Saturday, around 20 degrees Celsius. The track to probably be a soft 5 and the rail to be at the inside position. Race number 1 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 12:03. It's the Tab Touch Better Your Bet Maiden over 1,000 metres. The horse we look at in replay is the debutant Battle Storm, trialling at Lark Hill.
Rose Thief is out wide on the track. Switching to the outside and starting to get home pretty well is Chevaleza as they head down the straight, and now starting to work through the pack and looking for a bit more room is Battle Storm, and All Appeal gets to the outside now. Anyone's race inside the 200. Volkswagen Frank took the lead, but Rose Thief's quickly there to claim it on the outside, and now out and running is Battle Storm over the top. There's your winner. Battle Storm dashes to the top and nearly...
It's quite unusual to see a 4-year-old debutante in the cerise and white colours of Bob and Sandra Peters, but that is Battle Storm on Saturday. I don't think he beat anything of note in his one and only trial. He beat Rose Thief by a length, but he does strike what appears to be a very weak 4-year-olds and upwards maiden that may not take much winning, and therefore he goes on top here. From number 1, Gisato, Bonnie Police rides this horse for the first time for Sean Casey. It's been going quite well, has placed second on each of his 3 competitive appearances, gets the blinkers for the first time on Saturday. Number 9, Kashina, is a debutante at 6 years of age for Gavin Foster and Jason Whiting. Didn't mind the latest of his 2 trials, thought that was quite satisfactory. And then number 3, Hitchhiker. It won a trial in a decent time ahead of its return to action. Winkers off, tongue tie off. You have to forgive last preparation, but I do think it may well come back a different horse. My own top selection in race number 1 is number 5, Battle Storm, to beat 1, Gisato, 9, Kashina and 3, Hitchhiker. Race number 2 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 12:38. It's the Magic Millions handicap over the staying distance of 2,200 metres. The replay horse can look at the second up effort of Dart Musket.
Into the race, followed then by Bollywood Blitz, our finest moment. Atlanta Blue still 6 from the leaders. Friar Risk ranges up now. Tackles Prize Catch, Push and Shapes, Fontaine Bleu, 150 to go. It's Prize Catch, Friar Risk out near the middle, and Push and Shapes getting home on the inside of them. Smith is lifting Prize Catch though, and he'll get the prize. Too good for them, Prize Catch, beat Push and Shapes.
I found this race the most impossible on the card to deduce. The tempo is going to play a really big factor here. I do expect that Kensington Abbey will go forward and take on Woodsville for the lead, but what tempo they'll go in the early stages is anyone's guess. Ended up with number 2, Dart Muscat, as a value proposition. He's 2 from 2 over coursing distance. He gets up to a suitable trip for the first time this preparation off the back of 2 very decent efforts over 14 and then 1,600 metres, and I do think he'll be overpriced here for Graham Ballantyne and Sean O'Donnell. I think if they go quicker, he'll be able to handle it, and if it's a sit and sprint, I like the fact that he's been finished off quite well over shorter trips. Goes on top. From number 3, Prime Tom, who is the obvious here, has won 3 in a row, a very promising stayer for Sharon Miller. Alan Kennedy keeps the ride. Number 6, Kensington Abbey, really appreciated getting up to 2,100 metres last start, having been over 1,400 before that. Expected to be on speed here, beat Juicing Carrots last start, and Molly Clark rode it and got a claim last start. Lucy Warwick jumps back aboard here. And then number 5, State Prosecutor. He only ran in patches in this grade over a shorter trip 2 weeks ago. That was the first time he'd gone around in a Saturday race against the older horses. I'm willing to bet around him here, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if he won the race. My own top selection in race number 2 is number 2, Dart Musket, at 3, Pine Tom, 6, Kensington Abbey and 5, State Prosecutor. Race number 3 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 1:18. It's the Argonaut Corporate Advisors and Stockbrokers Plate over 1,400 metres. The replay horse can look at the last start win of True Defender.
San Antonio Admirer into the home straight though. Sophie Song. Brown went for the doctor, kicked away 2 in front from Kazlavska. True Defender, a further 3 behind them, but making ground. And then Precious Cargo, 200 left to go. Over on the inside, Sophie Song. Look at True Defender though, winding up with a head full of steam. And True Defender pounces upon them. Lady Sass making ground further back, but True Defender, too good for Lady Sass. Sophie's
True Defender was a naughty little boy before his second run, his first up run this campaign. That was at Belmont at the end of August. He misbehaved before the race and he was a little bit naughty during it as well, but he produced a performance that was well above the average for a Belmont Park maiden, and I think he will go on with it here, and he is the one to beat. Number 2 goes on top, that's True Defender. The obvious danger is number 1, Pagan Image, was the fastest finisher in this grade last start when beaten a long head by Classic Pro. I think those two are well clear of the rest here. Going to chuck in number 3, Cockney Crew through for third, gets barrier 1, Lucer Warwick stays aboard, but I do think his exposed form is below that of the other two. And then number 4, Niklaus, who was scratched from a winnable Wednesday race to go around on Saturday for Stephen Miller and Glenn Smith. My top selection in race number 3, going to go with number 2, True Defender, to beat 1, Pagan Image, 3, Cockney Crew, and 4, Nicholas. Race number 4 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 1:58. It's the Amelia Park Lodge handicap over 1,400 metres. The replay horse can look at the 4th win of Electric Light.
5 over the Nacodian. Pims Royale called upon under his big weight, and then Electric Light still 6 to 7 off the leader. Man Time went to the 200, 3.5, 4 clear. Electric Light, Pims Royale running on with 100 left to go. Man Time's in front but stopping. Electric Light cutting it down with Pims Royale. She's lifting Man Time. Electric Light lunging Man Time. Man Time.
Electric Light has won 4 of her 6 races, but arguably she should be 6 from 6. She was very strong over the line last week in that 1,200 metre race, getting the chocolates, just nudging out Man Time as they got to the post. William Pike's been aboard for all 6 of her rides, keeps the ride here. She's on the quick backup for the first time. If she handles that, I think she'll be pretty hard to beat here, and she goes on top. Found it really hard then to rate the rest of the horses in this race. Ended up with number 6, Peppy Jack, as a marginal top second pick here. He's won 4 of his last 5 races. They've all been in midweek grade. Steps up to Saturday class, and we'll see how he goes on the weekend. A danger here is number 7, Rock on Tommy. His best is certainly good enough to this, but I'm a little bit concerned he's only had the 1 run since June. I thought his first up effort behind Crystal Spirit was okay, but a few lengths off his best. And then number 8 at really big odds here, going around in the West Coast Eagles colours, is Baraki Beats. If he jumps well, he may well run a pretty cheeky race on the speed here, expecting to beat very big price. My top selection in race number 4 is number 4, Electric Light, to beat 6, Peppy Jack, 7, Rock on Tommy, and 8, Baraki Beats.